Hello and welcome. You're watching Newsx with me, Devika Devar. A new NDA government has been formed in Bihar with Nitish Kumar sworn in as Chief Minister for a record 10th time. 26 ministers, including 14 from the BJP and 8 of the JDU, were sworn in at a ceremony held at Gandhi Maidan in Patna. The new ministers include 1 Muslim, 3 women and 3 new faces. NDA delivered a landslide victory, winning 202 of the 243 seats. This is only the second time the NDA has crossed the 200 seat mark after securing 206 seats in 2010, which means that the people of Bihar are perhaps content with their governance, but progress is a never-ending cycle. So what really is the action plan for Bihar? How does the government plan to boost Bihar's economy and make it a hotspot for industry and innovation? We take that conversation forward, but before that I start with some key facts about Bihar. It has a population of 134.3 million. The state's sex ratio stands at 918 females per 1,000 males, making it the 25th amongst India's states and union territories. Bihar's state GDP is approximately 9.67 lakh crores, placing it 14th in the country, just below Haryana. The state's per capita income has witnessed a remarkable 7.6-fold growth, rising from rupees 7,914 in 2005 to rupees 60,337 in the last year. But how does Nitish Kumar, who's been at the top of power for the past now 25 years, go forward for the next 5? I take this conversation forward. Professor Rana Singh, Director of CIMP and ex-DGP of Bihar, with us on the broadcast. I also have with me ex-DGP of Bihar, Mr. Abhyanand, Mr. Vijay Prakash, former IAS, with us as well, Dr. Sharad Kohli and Dr. Ajay Dua, Senior Economist and former Commerce Secretary, with us as well. Let me begin with, if I may, Mr. Abhyanand, who's the ex-DGP of Bihar. Sir, the reason why I want to start this conversation with you is because even though when we look at some of the factors on paper, as I've just mentioned, an improvement in GDP, an improvement in per capita income, and all of that, of course, credit goes to the governments, to the Chief Minister, Nitish Kumar, and the fact that he's managed to do that even though there has been a lot of instability, political instability that Bihar has witnessed. But somehow, sir, there has not been a shift, a great shift in the image of Bihar as far as crime is concerned. So therefore, I want to now begin this conversation for you. When we talk about a Bihar action plan, how critical is law and order for that? And what would be your suggestions today to a Nitish Kumar who's returned for the 10th time?
Well, I can understand that I'm not present on the video part of your conversation. That's what I'm getting.
We can see you, sir, very clearly. You won't be able to see me, but I can see you, and you're with us on the channel right now, live.
That's nice. I'll just recount an episode. The present Chief Minister, when he became the Chief Minister in the year 2005, I was called over to meet a delegation of non-Bihari, non-resident Indians who were really moneyed people, settled in Canada and US. And the Chief Minister requested me to talk to these guys and see what is hindering them from investing in this state. What I learned from that conversation, which took me the whole day, is revealing, and it does not match with any of your recipes for investment in this state by the people who have money and who are interested. They said crime is not an issue for them because they don't have to. Us samay, at that point of time, kidnapping was a real issue. So they said, we are not going to stay here, so I am not interested in when and how many kidnappings take place. The people who will stay here will be our managers. We are here to invest money. And what irks us most is the news of financial scams that occur. We want to be safe with our funds. This was something which was totally revealing. And I exactly told this to the Chief Minister and said, sir, these people are not interested in the crimes that take place so regularly here. They are interested in finding out whether the money that they invest will be safe. And it is not safe is borne out by the fact that there are scams and there is hardly any institution or individuals with whom they can trust their money. The thing they said was there is only one person they can trust is the Chief Minister. But how much of it can be taken on his shoulders? The Chief Minister, the only person. So I told this to the Chief Minister, and he himself was surprised because this narrative of crime being the important factor was not there. It was a different angle altogether. That's exactly what I had to say because one, I'm not in the field of investments. My area of competence was crime, and that I looked after.
Okay, all right, sir. I'll come back to you in just a moment. We also have Professor Rana Singh, Director of CIMP, with us. Professor Singh, your thoughts on the same. What are your expectations now from the Bihar government, and what would be your suggestions as well to Nitish Kumar? How does one really transform the image of Bihar?
Thank you very much for having me here. A lot of strategic interventions is being done by Department of Industries under the dynamic leadership of the Additional Chief Secretary Nitish Kumar Singh sir, and the predecessor also. We have especially Sandeep Pandrik sir, who is now the Steel Secretary. We have been doing series of road shows and investment destination Bihar. So what is being done is showcasing of the transforming Bihar scenario so that the perception gap which is there, normally there are some perceptions which have been created due to some of the movies that have portrayed Bihar in a very different frame of reference, particularly with reference to crime or law and order situation. Things have changed a lot, and a lot needs to be done in bridging the perception gap. Bihar has now very, very strong network of roads, infrastructure, power scenario has become better, and particularly the crime situation has improved a lot. If we look at the National Crime Records Bureau status, Bihar is not among the top few states of the country. So a lot has changed. A $1 million strategy would be to strengthen the brand image and to bridge the perceptual gap which is there with the investors. So more interactions with the investors, showcasing them the changing scenario in Bihar, the rapid rate of industrialization. A lot of big industries are coming. Adanis have recently invested. So the momentum of rapid industrialization and strong faith of industries and the changing and exponential rate of industrialization, as well as increase in the exports from the state of Bihar, needs to be showcased via various media agencies and various media channels so as to strengthen the image of the state and to strengthen the confidence of would-be and future investors. More and more investment conferences in different state capitals as well as country capital needs to be done, and I'm sure the Industrial Department is doing it. But the pace needs to be increased, and we need to invite more and more investors to leverage the exponentially increasing investment opportunities in the state of Bihar.
Okay.
That's all from
Okay.
my
Then,
side.
on that note, I want to bring in Dr. Sharad Kohli. Dr. Sharad Kohli, obviously, like I said, on paper, a lot of great things have happened, and Professor Singh here says we have to attract investment in Bihar. That's the obvious way to go about it, right? That's what every state wants. But I do feel that Bihar comes with a slight issue of an image problem. Do I really want to set up my factory in Bihar? Do I really want to take my business to Bihar? Do I really want to move bases to Bihar? Those are all questions that people ask today. So I want to understand from your perspective, if you had to give some suggestions to the current Bihar government, what do you tell them? How does one really transform Bihar? What should the action plan be?
Good evening, Devika, to you, my fellow panelists and Newsx viewers. Well, I agree with my previous speaker to an extent that there is a perception problem. The moment you name Bihar, a certain perception gets inside you. Now, I'll tell you, if I'm an investor and I want to go and invest in a state, and I'm an independent investor, I'm not driven by any political ideologies, political affiliations, and so on. So what do I like to see in a state? I would like to see a peaceful investment, first of all. Well, I agree with some of my precedents say the crime scene may have improved, but then the perception is still that if you go and set up a unit there, and if you start making some money out of it, there is most likely chance that you're going to face various kind of obstacles. So I want a crime-free, peaceful environment. That's my tick box number one. My tick box number two is incessant supply of power. If I'm setting up a manufacturing unit, no manufacturing unit, by the way, Devika, can run without power. So power situation may have improved, but maybe it's still not up to the mark, because any investor, when he goes and selects a location, a large investment always will do evaluation of the states around the country, especially the ones which are trying to attract investment. So the fact that the Bihar government can organize and invest Bihar, I think the best suggestion which I would like to give here, I'll come back to my tick boxes later, but lest I forget, Bihar Invest Fair should be organized more often than not, where you can showcase how Bihar has got a single window clearance. Bihar provides that peaceful, crime-free environment, incessant power supply, skilled labor, skilled manpower. Data is a very important factor. Most of the people who are skilled in Bihar, they move out of Bihar. I think any average youth who grows up in Bihar, the very first thing he or she will think of is to move to either another state or try and move overseas. But let me keep overseas aside for the moment. But the number of Bihar migrants in every single state in India, I think they tell you the story that probably they find that opportunities in Bihar are very, very limited. So if the skilled manpower or semi-skilled manpower does not stay in Bihar, how will an investment survive there? Well, bringing people from outside will be a very painful, expensive, and a difficult process. So that is another tick box, skilled manpower. And I think as far as the government is concerned, government must try and create an environment which generates jobs. I saw poll promises, with due respect to both the parties, the ruling and the opposition, about the government jobs being given, Devika. I think a government's job, fine, you need to fill up the vacant government jobs. There's no doubt about that, for the government machinery to be functioning normally. But the job of the government is to make sure you create an environment where jobs get created. There are opportunities created for youth. You cannot guarantee a job. I saw Tejasvi Yadav's promise of so many crore jobs, probably a job for every family. What are these people going to do? Where are you going to pay the salary from? Forget about that. But what are so many people going to do in the government? So I think creating an environment which creates jobs naturally through the economic process, I think that is the way to go. So I think if you ask me one single thing, Devika, which Bihar must immediately do, because this has been a landmark win and people's expectations are very high, I think Invest Bihar Fair should be organized every month. And these fairs, Devika, should not be happening only in Patna or wherever. These fairs should be happening in every single state. And there should be an effort made to bring back those migrants to Bihar by telling them that, look, whatever you are earning in Delhi or Mumbai or Bengaluru or wherever you are, we will make sure that you earn that money there by bringing in investment. When I say investment, I mean factories have to be set up. BPOs and KPOs have to be set up. Some of the finest brains in the country, Devika, are from Bihar, but the problem is they are not in Bihar. I think this brain drain out of Bihar has to stop right away, because if you retain them there, then half of the problem of your investment is solved, because there are no people to do the jobs. And if you look at the poverty rate, 1/3 of Bihar earns, households earn 6,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees a month. That's a very sorry state of affairs. Bihar should not become a synonym of poverty. Bihar should not become a synonym of backwardness. Bihar should not become synonym of crime. I think it has to be very forward-looking. I would immediately recommend this government to go to each state from Tamil Nadu to Kashmir and organize road shows, parallelly hold Invest Bihar summits in Bihar every single month, invite some of the finest brains and industry from there, tell them what are you going to do for the people of Bihar and for the state. Devika.
Okay, before I bring in the rest of our guests as well, I want to share some more information about some of the several notable projects in Bihar which are in the pipeline currently. We're looking at number one, the Patna-Ara-Sasaram corridor, which is a 120.10 kilometer 4-lane access control national highway from Sadisopur to Swara near Rohtas, which is currently under construction. Another significant project is the Mokama-Munger highway, an 82.4 kilometer 4-lane greenfield access control corridor being developed as part of the Buxar Bhagalpur high-speed corridor. In the aviation sector, Bihar is developing 6 new airports in towns such as Madhubani, Saharsa, Birpur, Valmiki Nagar, Munger and Muzaffarpur as well. The state is also working on the Kosi-Mechi intrastate link project, which aims to divert surplus water from the Kosi river to the Mechi river, providing irrigation for over 2.1 lakh hectares of land. Furthermore, the Nabin Nagar super thermal power project stage 2 involves a 2400 megawatt expansion of the existing power plant, adding 800 megawatts of ultra super specialty units and super critical units. Additionally, AIMS Darbhanga is being built at a cost on 187.77 acres of land, an estimated cost of rupees 1,264 crores. It's going to feature 750 beds. All these projects are expected to drive economic growth, improve infrastructure, and of course enhance the quality of life for the people of Bihar as well. But on that note, let me also bring in Mr. Vijay Prakash and Dr. Ajay Dua as well. Mr. Prakash, I want to understand from you, sir, as a former IAS officer who served in Bihar, while, like I said, on paper, a lot of these projects, government-led projects, are expected to improve quality of life and are expected to generate jobs, what further needs to be done? Because when we also talk about heavy or large industries or industrialists in India, there are certain states where a lot of the projects are concentrated. For example, Gujarat, for example, Maharashtra, even Karnataka. So a lot of the investment goes into these states. How does Bihar then become more appealing to some of the larger industries of India, say even to have its own one of the largest solar parks? Why is that conversation not happening in Bihar?
Okay, thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk to you. What you have raised is a very valid question. We have national highways, road network has certainly improved, and a lot of new highways are coming. But the issue remains that the highways are not being considered is not being developed as a industrial corridor. So each of these highways need to be converted into a kind of industrial corridor. One of the major challenges that we have in Bihar is availability of land. Whenever a industrialist wants to invest here, particularly large industries, one of the challenges that he faces is the availability of land. And we have shortage of land. Government has given an offer of investment-linked availability of land. But the pool of land that needs to be made available is very, very, very low. Now, this needs to be immediately improved. One of the reasons for this is our land records are not updated. The three issues people, when they come for investment, they ask us, One of the issues is this availability of land. That is to be made available. I mean, at a very short span of time. Another is this. Petty corruption issues also hamper them. Big landlord. They said that three things when a team of American investors had come here. They said three things. One is land. Another, they said that they should have this crime. Obviously, they were concerned about the crime and law and order. But they were also concerned about this petty crime. They said we can handle the larger crimes, larger corruption, but not the petty corruption. So petty corruption takes a lot of time. One of the issues that we have to handle is we have promised a lot of things, like we have a single window system, but single window system has to be made effective. One of the things that I have seen in other states is, which needs to be worked out here is, at CM's level or at a very senior level, one must have an industrial war room where industrials can approach and get all the works done. And there has to be a time limit for availability of land, availability of all the clearances that we have. So these process, ease of doing business is one of the critical concerns here. And that needs to be ensured. If you can ensure ease of doing business, most of the people would come. What has happened is, Bihar is a typical place where land, most of the land is in the hand of absentee landlords. So if it is left to industrialists, and if it is, the land size is also very small. So if it is left to the industrialists, they won't be able to get land. So government must have a proper policy for procurement of land, or we had a very good either in the form of a land bank or we had industrial area development authorities. They had to plan their plan for more and more procurement of land. Another thing I would like to tell you in this regard is we are planning for this. Now, we have taken a lot of generic projection. We have to be very specific about some of the critical things that we have. In North Bihar, it's basically agri businesses. We have very good advantage in lychee. We have very good advantage in maize, or we have got good advantage in banana or mangoes or fruits and vegetables. We have got very good production system, but we are not able to market it. So there we can focus on agri businesses. In South Bihar, or particularly near Patna and Gaya and major towns, we can probably focus on ITs. But ITs, other cities have developed their own info cities. Here we'll have to develop info cities, not only a info tower. If we don't have info cities, then people, particularly the information technology sector, IT sector, they won't come, because they are highly paid people and they need other supportive infrastructure as well. So we can probably plan for a few info cities, or at least one info cities near Patna or Gaya, anywhere. In Gaya we have a large chunk of land. We can probably plan there.
Okay.
But this is one of the areas that needs to be concerned. So for the time being, I would only suggest that we have to focus on one more point I would like to emphasize here. That is, skilled manpower is, as somebody was saying just before me, that skilled manpower is really an issue.
Okay.
I'm dealing with startups. I'm in charge of, I'm chairman of AIC BP Foundation. So when we deal with it, most of the startups have failed or shifted to other cities just because they didn't get proper manpower. Skilled manpower is not available at all.
Okay.
So we'll have to probably focus on this. So whenever we plan for any corridor, industrial corridor, we'll have to plan both for availability of land,
yes,
availability of other infrastructure facilities, other supportive say testing and logistic facilities, and also manpower.
So critically boiling it down to majorly land, the ability to have infrastructure, and also skilled manpower is what you're saying. Is Dr. Ajay Dua with us? Okay, I believe Dr. Ajay Dua is not with us, but on that note, I would like to thank all of our guests for joining us to take this very critical conversation forward about what the next 5 years of Bihar should look like. On that note, viewers, a very short break.